Greetings. This video is on how to use a template to format your paper in MLA. It's really, really easy. And if you have the online version of Word, it's very similar. So if you watch this video, you can still do the other. It'll just look a little bit different. In the online version, you will have to go down in the template area that you're going to see. Uh, it, Most of those don't allow you to search for the MLA template, but you can actually scroll down and find it and just make sure you're using a student version. So in this, you're going to go up to File, you're going to do New, and here is the search for the online templates. So go MLA, hit enter. There you go. So you've got ninth edition and research paper, and of course you want to do the most recent edition most of the time, but always listen to your instructor in case they have a different idea. So once you do this, you're going to have to create it, and you're going to see all this. You do have to um, you some people will have a thing that says edit right here. It'll be a little white button instead of this. So just make sure you're paying attention and make sure that you hit the edit button. So for simple papers, this is great, but one thing you will want to do when you scroll down here is delete all the extras. So you can see there's a figure here, you'll leave the works cited in. And in my classes, I have people they have to use a certain font so that everything's consistent across the board. So I have them use Times New Roman font. It's really easy to change. You can do it different ways, but if you select your entire paper and go up to the Calibri at the top, which is usually the default, and it's already on 12. So some of those will be different. Just make sure you're checking that and make sure that you know what your instructor wants you to use. To get into the header here, to change your last name, because this is the last name of the student, or whoever did the template. So let's put in Jones there, and you can tell the font is different from this. So let's go ahead and select that just like you would in a paper. Just make sure you stay inside this header. And then you will go back to Home, and you'll change that font again to Times New Roman. Now again, there are different ways to do this, but this is the easiest really. So if we had, you would change this to Janet Jones, whoever your professor is. They might go by Miss, Mr., Mrs., Professor. Know which one that you know that they go by. So if we put Professor, and then you change this to your class, which it depends on what your class is, but it might be um, again. Instructors may want you to spell that all out, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way in my classes. So, and if I were to change the date, it's the same thing. You just want to be really mindful of doing this because if you notice the date is before the month and then the year. So you've got today is 11. Okay. And then this is the title of this person's paper. There's all of the other information which you'll change. This also gives you some tips on MLA, which is wonderful. And then as you go on down, of course, you'll replace this with your information. I always tell students just to make sure that it doesn't reset itself, at least start typing. So if I were doing so you saw how that selected that. Just hit the right arrow and it'll take it to the end of the line and it'll automatically indent for you on this template. So if you start typing whatever your, actually, I think it changed the font. That just changed the font to Calibri. Let's take care of that. Not sure why it did that. Probably because I went in and clicked the template, and this will let you, you'll just replace this with your title. And so this will be your first line, and I tell students at least start the first line before you delete the template information so the alignment stays the same. They have nice 1-inch margins here, and I'll go double check that for you and make sure. Yep, it's set on 1-inch margins, so it's automatically in the right place. You will want to completely delete this. This is like if you had a picture in your essay, how to do that, how it says figure 1 and all of that. And then it tells you how to do the figure title and all that information, but usually you won't need that in the essay. And then when you go down to Works Cited, it already has this set up for you the right way. And in the new version, that's what it looks like. So just replace it with your citations and you'll be good to go. Make sure you delete all the template information before you submit your paper to any class. Have a good day, and I hope this was helpful.